ready to match the stars. Joey Bishop, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Reilly, Janice Lynde, Richard Dawson, and Patti Deutsch as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 76. And now here's the star of Match Game 76, Gene Rivers.
Thank you, Johnny O and all. Brent,
Hi, hon.
you're a vision in all kinds of colors there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that. Come down here. Look at
Aren't
this.
you lovely?
Isn't this something? It's like... No. Get back up there.
You know, old habits are hard to
I
forget.
know. I just wanted to see the whole ensemble. She wore her nightgown to the show. Isn't that sweet there?
It's the truth.
Okay, we greet you one and all and wish you well. And we're very happy to have you here. And we're also happy to see Carrie Tyler and Frank Peters Jr. Hello. How much money have you won?
$600.
You got $600. What are you going to do with all that loot?
I don't know, spend it.
Spend it.
I'll buy something.
That's the way. Get rid of that inflation. Frank, you ready?
Yes.
We found a little bit about Frank Peters last time. Let's find out some more now. Let's see. We found he's an able-bodied seaman, and he's been all over the world. Have you got a favorite port anywhere in the world?
Oh, Bangkok's nice. Sydney, Australia, the South Pole.
Is there anyone in Bangkok who is meaningful to you in your life? Never mind. We'll start this game.
There's a polar bear in the South Pole he's very fond
No,
of.
not a polar bear in the South Pole. We'll start this game in 1 minute and 4 and 5/10 seconds. Hurry back. Ready? Here we go. Bing. Now, Frank Peters Jr., A or B?
A.
A it is. He did that without even looking. I said
Able-bodied seaman.
A for able-bodied seaman.
Or B for...
No. When Dr. Harris operated on Gloria, everyone could tell he was in love with her because in the middle of the operation, he blanked her heart.
You know, those kinds of questions, I just...
Is it too long for you? Too many words?
Just tears come to eyes.
Tears to your eyes,
It's just such a sweet question is all.
When Dr. Harris operated...
I just
you're finished.
tear up.
Well, you're not
That's
finished.
all. I was
When
carrying
Dr. Harris
on
operated on
because
Gloria, everyone could tell
know.
I
him.
love romance.
You know.
I love the Brontes. Everything. What
Wuthering
was the
Heights.
question? I got it.
You rascal. Got the idea?
Yeah, I got the idea.
Okay.
And no matter what I put down, it comes out repulsive.
No, now that's good. I can see you. That's very good. Very good.
Really? It
Yes,
makes me
sir.
throw up.
No, very good. Okay, we'll come over here now. Talk to Frank. As soon as Charles puts his card in the slot. When Dr. Harris operated on Gloria, Frank, everyone could tell he was in love with her because in the middle of the operation, he blanked her heart.
Good gravy, Frank.
He broke her heart.
Broke her heart. You rascal. I can tell you've been in ports all over the world, haven't you? Breaking them hearts. Okay. Joey said he broke her heart.
Yeah, well, the thought of him doing anything to her heart in the middle of an operation does not appeal to me, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But if he was so in love, I put he kissed her heart.
Would you show it?
He kissed her heart.
One guy liked it.
All right. What do you say?
How do you think that polar bear feels on the South Pole is what I
Yes,
say.
rejected.
Rejected, alone and lonely. Oh, Frank, where's your romance? He kissed her little heart.
Kissed her heart.
And it was an ankle operation.
Yes. Captain? I got it, and Ira got it, the two of us. We're laughing like crazy.
But shouldn't more than 2 people get her joke? I mean, all year we got to put up with those same 2 people that get those same jokes.
I'll go get yourself a picture hat.
I said, and don't boo, stopped.
Why?
Why, you ask?
Yes.
Because
he's gonna explain.
Thus came the famous lyric, "Be still, my foolish heart."
Janice Lynde, of The Young and Restless, a romantic lady involved in a romantic endeavor here on CBS, will now give us a beautiful and romantic answer.
If you say 8.
He kissed.
He kissed. Right. Okay. Kissed is a good answer, I think.
That's
Broken
such a
is not.
gory sight, isn't it?
Yeah, kiss, that's right. Pick
No one said her heart was out, though.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Well, we could all
You said
do
during
that.
the operation, you didn't say it was an open heart
That's right. And she said it was ankle surgery.
That's
and there
right.
she was. He's, I
And
think,
I mean, he could be-
was he
he could
kissing
be
her heart,
operating-
that rascal doctor? What was he doing? Well, tune
It's
in
my
tomorrow.
heart. I'm a stranger on an operating room table.
We're up
Get on with this. I've got to be in surgery in an hour.
in the middle of the operation. He broke her heart, according
I
to...
said he touched.
He touched her heart.
He went,
Oh, Vicky, that's charming. I mean it. That is a charming answer.
That's right. Touch
she
her heart.
died.
Little play on words.
died
Oh,
instantly.
too bad.
Never touch a heart.
Yes. All right, Patti Deutsch, what do you say? Broke her heart is what he wants.
I said he stole her heart.
He stole her heart. Oh, another lovely idea. I guess, come to think of it, touching her heart and stealing her heart are euphemistic answers, and a little less gory than kissing and all that stuff there. Hello, Carrie.
Hi.
Ready? This is yours. First rounder. Zsa said.
This is... Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
Darling, let me tell you, Evel Knievel is at my house. He's at my house, darling, and he's about to make one of his crazy motorcycle jumps. He just laid my blanks end to end. Darling, he laid my blanks end to end. He's going to make one of his crazy motorcycle jumps.
I understand that question completely.
You understand that question completely? Good.
Oh, darling, I was the answer.
So, answer.
I sound more like Hitler than one of the Gabors.
Oh, that's very good, darling.
Have you ever seen Shasha with the mustache?
No, and I've never seen them together either.
Good thinking.
Yes. All right. Okay. Ready. I guess everybody's ready. She has a thought in her head. He has a thought in his head. And we come over here to Carrie Tyler. Zsa said, Evel Knievel is at my house, darling, and he's about to make one of his crazy motorcycle jumps. He just laid my blanks end to end.
Jules. Thanks.
Jewels. Well, she does have a lot of jewels now, doesn't she? But somebody just in the audience just shouted something which she heard. Did you hear it? Well, her answer is given. Jewels is her answer. But somebody in the audience said, husbands. What do you say to that?
Well, now I would have to agree with the fact that she'd been married, I think, 6 or 7 times. And to make it a tough jump,
Yeah.
you have to lay those husbands end to end.
Right.
And I had husbands.
Husbands it is. Right? Good answer. Good old.
Listen, if the truth were known, she's had more husbands than she has jewels. I said hubbies.
Hubbies seems to be the answer.
Well, she'd make more jumps than either.
Captain Charles.
husband.
Husband. Zsa said, Evel Knievel is at my house, and he's going to make one of his crazy motorcycle jumps, and he's just laid my blanks end to end. And she said, Jules, and so far everybody said, husbands. What say you?
Well, since she always displays her jewels in rather lovely places, I said boobs. Which is rather a remarkable feat, I realize.
Why? Frankly, I don't
From
think
what
a
I've seen,
motorcycle's
it's not
made
a
that'll
big
jump
jump.
that far.
I don't think this at all. I never saw a show like this.
Think of the fun when he crash lands.
In the valley.
Yeah. Richard.
Judge is not a Mormon.
Zsa is not a Mormon.
So it would be ex-husband.
Ex-husband. Okay.
He only has...
Right.
Let's keep
Okay.
it clean.
Patti,
AKA former husbands.
former husband. So no jewels there. Well, nothing here. Well,
Very tight.
there'll be something in a second round, please. Right after these messages for you. Ready for round 2?
Well, not really.
Okay. It's up to you, Frank Peters.
A.
A it is for able-bodied. Seaman.
Able-bodied.
Hey, listen, nobody knows this.
What? I love gossip. It's my hobby.
King Kong. King Kong was a real gentleman. He always blanked the women and children first. Now that's a gentleman. He blanked the women and children first.
I'm trying to recall that movie. Now, it may take me a little time because I want to get this right in spite.
That was very gentlemanly of him, blanking the women and children first.
He always blanked the women and children.
Right?
Gentlemen.
Right.
And there's only one word.
Oh, that's sweet. Not...
King Kong?
You remember King Kong and
Yeah, I remember
Ray?
King Kong. I also remember we're doing a show where a guy took out the chick's heart. She laid her boobies and Dan. I know that. So what's the difference what I say? What I say will be innocent, for heaven's sake. You can do a show like this and get rated.
All right. Are you ready? Would you like to put that in the slot there? And we'll call on Frank Peters. Nobody knows this, Frank, but King Kong was a real gentleman. He always blanked the women and children first.
Gentlemen.
Carried.
Okay. This one may have gone over all of our heads. Joey?
You think that stinks? Wait till you hear this. Now, gentlemen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I put, he seated the women and children first.
When the audience hears an answer they like, you'll hear a reaction. What do you say?
You know what a romanticist I am.
Right.
And I thought maybe Frank was going to catch up. Now, you remember he was really crazy about Fay Ray.
Right.
He wanted to marry her.
Right.
But he wanted to have a little,
Yes.
before.
So what?
He always loved the women and children. Don't you bull! Is there a definitive answer to that silly question?
It is a silly question. We've got to admit that. Charles, what do you say?
Must you itch your back when I'm on the air?
I'm hoping they're going to come to me.
He's clobbered. Now he's getting close to it. He's getting close to it. He clobbered the women and children first. He was a real gentleman. No, King Kong, he was an animal. He was a vicious thing and an uncontrollable beast.
He was not vicious.
What do you say he's a gentleman?
He was very lovable.
Well, he was a gentleman.
He was furry and...
I remember in the movie when Fay Ray's dress blew up, King Kong put it back down. I saw the picture. I saw the movie. He was a gentleman.
That's right.
He was.
He always blanked the women and children first. What do you say to that,
I said
Janice?
he always took the women and children.
Always took the women and children first. Frank Peters looking for the answer. Carried. What about carried and took? No? Carried and took. Pay attention to the show, would you? Hello there.
Hi.
Are you ready for us?
Don't remember me. No, Brett is right. He did want to marry Fay Ray.
Yes, he did.
His family objected. Religious differences.
Yes, right.
And he was gentle.
He was.
He always ate.
There's the answer. Got that?
My sort of people.
That's right.
Cannibals.
You see, there's an ambivalence here. He was he was a man-eater, but he had a loving streak in it and a gentlemanly streak, and he would eat the women and children.
A weakness for blondes.
Right. Patti. 8. So here we are in the middle of round 2, and we've got to stop right now and do a little business with America. Then you come right back. We'll finish this game.
Today's consolation prizes are the Hudson cordless electric sprayer. Just push a button. It's the easy way to eliminate bugs and pests from yard and garden. And an alarm clock and a bicentennial salute to America. 1776, an incredibly crunchy peanut butter bar with all the goodness you come to expect from the makers of clock bars. And from Amity, a ladies' three-piece ensemble featuring the ultra-French purse, bills easily removed from hidden compartment through the change purse. Amity. Remember, when you get married, to promise to love, honor, and blank. Otherwise, you might miss Gene Rayburn when he returns with match game 76 in a minute.
Now we're ready to finish this game. Carrie, are you ready?
Yes.
You're kind of a good spot here. You're going to match 1 to tie, 2 to win. That's easy, right?
I didn't do it the first time.
No, you didn't.
Carl was a strange father.
Uh-oh.
How strange? Oh. You're a rotten bunch of actors, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you how strange he was. Instead of bronzing his baby's shoes, he bronzed his baby's blanks.
That's it. Okay. That's it. You had the operations, and you had the boobs, and you had King Kong ate everybody up, and now you got the guy bronzing. I'm not going to say shh.
All right, just write it. We don't ask you to say
Now,
it. Just
is
write
this
it.
plural, darling?
Plural. He bronzed his babies blanks. Plural.
You got it, honey.
Blanks.
I've had a
It is
couple of
plural.
babies in my day.
You didn't say it was? Oh, well, there was some question up here. There. Very good.
Strange. He was strange.
Carl
You don't
was
have to read the whole thing, just that one word.
strange, right?
Strange.
Strange is the operative word, darling.
Instead of bronzing the baby's boots or shoes, you know, those little booties they wear, he bronzed his baby's blanks.
Well, if he can hang this in the front of his car over the mirror, I want to see that. What I got written down here, boy.
Put it in the slot.
It's in the slot.
I would like to make one remark in passing.
Yes.
While people are finishing up.
What?
Charles is still not wearing socks.
Oh, all right. Okay,
And
here we
it's
go.
not easy to be
Gary
up
Tyler.
here.
Carl was a strange father. Instead of bronzing his baby's shoes, he bronzed his baby's blanks.
Dirty diapers.
Dirty diapers, eh? Dirty diapers, she said.
Will you accept what makes dirty diapers?
What? You didn't write that on the
No,
card.
I wrote buttocks.
Let's see it.
Buttocks.
Buttocks.
Buns.
Buns.
Buttocks.
I see what you mean about hanging it from the windshield of a car. Yes, it would. What do you say?
I say it's very hard to be in love with a man who will not flash his card for you.
Yeah, flash your card a little earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
What am I, a regular
We want you to
flasher?
be a flasher. Yes.
Upstairs in the hallway had no trouble flashing.
Yes,
at
just,
all.
get
I'm
on with the
sorry,
game
I didn't
here,
even
yeah.
bring that up. Sweetheart, you're not a mother. Buns.
Buns.
There you are.
All right, Charles, what do you say?
Would you believe it? Used diaper.
No. Tie score. One more, and she wins the game. What do you say, Janice?
Diapers.
Diaper. That wins the game. Feet and feet.
What'd you have, Rick?
Yeah.
Laughed at me.
Yes. Is it funny? I thought it was a rotten answer, but you won anyway. Okay, Frank, we thank you very much for being with us, and we've got some gifts for you. And there goes Frank Peters Jr. from Match Game 76. There he goes. Now we roll this big thing around, especially for you, my dear, and we'll get with it. We polled a recent studio audience, and we got their best response to this. Blank for president. Let's step down here a little further so we can see what we're doing here. Now, the answer that audience gave most often is worth $500 if you match it. If you give the second most frequently chosen answer, you get $250, and the third gets you $100. All right, now who do you call on?
Joey.
I can't, what? I can't think of. I'm humming the song.
Da, 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 da,
I know the song.
Well, I know the song is called Winter Green for President. It's from a show called...
Winter Green for President.
No, it's not
No,
what it's
it
called.
was by
Of the Icing. Right.
Well, she wouldn't know that.
Well, if that's your answer, because that's what we heard. Is that what
You heard from my ventriloquist, didn't you?
Oh, I know. Well, what's your
I moved
answer?
my lips. She did the talking.
What do you say?
I'm going to take a wild guess. Ford.
Ford for president. Okay, there's one.
Okay,
Very good.
Richard, please.
Something that could help this country greatly.
What?
Snoopy for president.
And Charles.
Have you got one, Charles?
To dig up an old campaign.
Yes.
You wouldn't dare to give that answer, would you? But go ahead.
Pat Paulson for president.
So you got Pat Paulson for president, Ford for president, and Snoopy for president.
Should have said
You may have a better idea.
Sal Goldberg.
What do you want to do?
I'll go with Snoopy. I don't have...
Renee Griffith.
Yeah. Snoopy for president, what we want. Let's find out if it's up there, and if so, where may we see the $100 response? Pat Paulson for president. Attaboy, Charles. That was his answer. We are looking for Snoopy for president. Here's a $250 number. Nixon for president.
I only have one question. President of what?
Yes. No. I agree with you, audience, but I'm not allowed to express an opinion. Now, here we go. We are looking for Snoopy for president. May we see the $500 number? Okay, congratulations, my dear. Congratulations. That was terrific. You were splendid. Gracias. Have you thought of going into vaudeville? Listen, we're going to be right back in a moment or so. We want you to watch these messages. Good for you.
Thank you.
Next week, these are the bodies who will be on this very stage.
Donald Ross, Brent Summers, Charles Nelson Riley, Isabel Sanford, Richard Dawson, and Betty White.
Gene Rayburn here. Join us next time for Match Game 76. Goodbye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 76, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Stay tuned for Tattletales next over most of these CBS stations.